I think I'm lost. Since coming back from traveling, I've been feeling lost. It's hard to picture what you should be doing in life or what you should be trying to accomplish when you feel like this. If you're in a place of feeling lost too, then I hope this video helps you feel seen and offers you some ideas for moving forward. I'm a part of a lot of travel communities where I see a lot of people who actually describe this, where they have gone on long stints of travel, and when they come home doesn't really feel like home anymore. You end up feeling a little bit lost and unsure about how to move forward and who to even really talk to about it. And so here I am talking to you. For those of you who don't know me or haven't really been following this channel, we've recently come back from traveling internationally. We've come back to settle into our home area. I love and thrive on change. We have lived in 4 different provinces across Canada, as far west coast as you can get to just about as far east coast as you can get, and in between. We have traveled to 9 out of the 13 provinces and territories in Canada. I'd love to get to them all. We've traveled up and down the states on the west coast, kind of the central east coast. We worked in Florida. We lived in Kuwait for a year, where we traveled to, Europe, like Germany and Austria, Czech Republic. We also did Kenya and Jordan. But when you go travel and you come back home where it's comfortable, I don't love living in my comfort zone. It feels like the opposite of what most people think, you gotta push yourself out of your comfort zone. I don't like living in my comfort zone. I literally have to push myself into the comfort zone. So I'm doing this video to help those people who might feel lost after a big change. It doesn't have to be travel. It can be anything. Maybe you just feel lost because something has changed in your life and you don't know what to do with it. Well, let's go a little deeper into this forest and into this topic. There's nothing like walking through the woods and hearing the chatter of the squirrels and the birds and the rustling of the leaves. And in fall, you kind of get more of a breeze through the trees and all that kind of stuff. It's my favorite place to be. It feels strange to feel lost at home, but I think part of it is the idea of home. The fact that there are so many places in the world that feel like home to me now. The way that I see it is that this area, where our family and our friends and where we just feel comfortable, we know this area well, is what I kind of see as the deepest roots. Similar to a forest, where you might have some trees that are a lot bigger. They've been rooted in a place for a longer period of time. And this area is where I have had my longest roots. And so I've grown roots here and I've grown up in this space in many ways. But like a forest, I have also spread out. My roots have been connected to other tree and they spread out across the forest. And I feel like that's me. My roots have spread out all across the world. I have roots sprouting up, some of them a little smaller than others. Perhaps I don't feel quite as home in those places, but some are thicker and longer and more deep. I think that is my problem. I've created these roots in so many places that feeling home here doesn't feel 100% true. That's one big piece. The other big piece for me is that I am somebody who loves new experiences. I love doing new things. It is an intrinsic value that I hold to be able to push my boundaries and push myself out there to do something new and experience new things. Now, that might be attached to something in my childhood, or it could be just me. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. The point is, that is where I gain so much joy from, and I love it, and it motivates me. It pushes me in my life, and I love that part of me. Whether that's true for you, I'm not sure, but for me, that's where my truth lies, is I love getting out and doing new things. It's been really challenging trying to figure out videos and try to figure out what to do with this channel, because I feel lost. And how do you, when you feel lost, figure out what to even do, not just with your own life and your days, but then to what to put on video. I thought being vulnerable here and talking about this would give me a chance to make that shift so that I can figure out finally a path to move forward in life. And now it's time for me to figure out what path I need to take to be able to move forward, away from feeling lost and a way to kind of finally pick a direction and pick a way to move forward. And this is a really hard question for me to answer, and I think a lot of people in these situations are gonna feel the same way. How do I pick a direction to go? That's an overwhelming thing to do and figure out. That's what I'm going to do though. I'm going to pick a direction, but I think I'm almost out of the forest, so let's make our way a little closer, and then I'm going to tell you how I plan to help myself move forward out of feeling lost, and hopefully that helps you figure out a direction that you can go. I thought I'd just bring you along with me and talk about this instead of stopping on the spot. My journey to not feeling lost at home anymore is going to be a hard one, actually. It's not going to be an easy one, and honestly, I've been on it for a while, but I think the path I'm going to take is becoming a little more clear and clear all the time. So one of those things is to accept who I am and what I love and what brings me joy in particular, and to be able to own that for myself, even if it's not necessarily something that everyone in my family, like my husband and my kids, all love as well in the same level or have the same understanding as me. And to, in this instance, figure out a way to enjoy and create experiences, because I love experiences, to be able to create experiences at home in a way that still brings me joy. I still want to go on adventures, and I still want to experience new things, but I also really want to find ways to enjoy the simple things in life, because those are just as important. Change sides because my arm hurt. Even while we were traveling, we did a lot of slow travel, so we stayed in one place for up to a month at a time, and during that I really needed to be able to find joy in the day-to-day, which I did. And so I want to be able to find ways to have simple joys, even in this area, as well as still finding ways to have big adventures. So Nathan and I are going on a bit of an adventure next weekend, and what I also have concluded from this is that I need to figure out how to have a little more independence with my adventures, because my husband won't be able to come with me all the time. My kids may not always want to come with me, but I really want to have these adventures, and so I think it's time for me to have some of them on my own. And when I can take my family, I absolutely will, because as I said, wherever they are with me, I feel like it's home, and so I love having them with me. But I also need to be okay with having adventures on my own. This channel is still going to have adventures, and I'm hoping that it's not just locally. I kind of want to do international ones as well at some point, so at any moments that those come up, I will also be doing big, small adventures as we go. My next adventure is with Nathan. We're gonna go away next weekend, and I'm gonna bring you along with us for that. Now, I really want to know if you've struggled with feeling lost after a big adjustment. It doesn't have to be travel, it could be anything. And what have you done to be able to help yourself get unstuck or find your way out? I would really love to know. So comment below, and we'll see you every further mile.